Welcome to Today I Work On. Today I'm going to get into how I install these HoldRite metal brackets for a PEX style system. If everyone installs PEX, you know that the Stub-Outs are a pain. And they have more and more cool things to install and give us a better solution. Instead of throwing wood up and trying to nail it, the pieces of copper in or the PEX or whatever, now they have these HoldRite systems and they come with the bracket. Right off the bat, the bracket's beefy. It's like an 1/8 of an inch thick. I have a solution for that. Secondly, we have these HoldRite fasteners. It's like a compression fitting, as you can see. These are a little bit finicky. I'll get into that. It's not a big deal, but I'm just doing this video because I want to tell you what you're getting into with the system. Lastly, I'm using a copper style stub out like this because I like copper better than PEX, especially for water testing. I don't have to cap everything, so in my opinion, it's probably cheaper to buy this and not have to cap it all than getting that 90-degree elbow. So that's the 3 things you need besides the obvious screws. But we're gonna get into how we get rid of this 1/8 of an inch situation so your drywall is not an issue. I know it's behind a vanity, but an 1/8 of an inch here plus like 3/16 of an inch here will bump out the drywall quite a bit, and I don't want to do that. So let's get into setting up this system. I threw up my red laser level. You don't really need to do that. You have a regular level if you want. I'm just going to mark like so. So in this situation, this is a good situation because hopefully I'm going to do both sinks. Both situation will be different. But as you can see, I'm barely holding on right here to one screw, but that is fine. So I'm just going to mark it like so, top and bottom. And then I'm going to get into what's next. So first step, mark the studs. Second step, you need a router. This stuff is too thick for me in my opinion. It's like a nail plate, but a little bit thicker. And it runs across and it's just kind of messy. I'm going to use a router to router out where I made my 2 marks. That's routed out. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to see like where I want it. So I know I have to run across as much as I can as possible. And for this one, it's going to be tight because I don't have a lot of real estate to work with. But I'm not going to use 2 brackets. But the reason why this is so nice is it just holds so well. So I'm not really concerned about being this close to my waist. I still got, it's like a 4-inch spread basically. So next step is you just have to basically screw in the bracket. So just get a drywall screw. And then on this one, I'm just gonna even it up with this hole with the existing waistline. And I'm just gonna screw it like so. So these things are actually, if you're doing a pedestal sink, man, you can't get better than this. Like you wanna talk about having a nice, perfect layout, this is where it's at. So that's done. So the bracket's on, it's almost in the middle. The next step is, you see these little purple and gray things? They're a little funky to work with. So I'll go on this hole first, and you just snap it in. So I just like putting this says HoldRite on the bottom right corner, and there's 4 little like teeth that match to the 4 little teeth here. So male to female, just pop it in. You hear a snap. Now I don't put the stub out in yet because I'm going to tell you why. Next up, I'll just give you an example. When you put on the orange cap, there's a side that is enclosed and then the side that's open. You want to put the open side in and you have to hear a snap. You hear that snap? If it doesn't snap, guess what's going to happen? It's not going to twist onto your threads. So it's a little bit harder to do when it's on the bracket. So let's try to snap it on. It's a little bit of, this is the only part I don't like about this system. I would put this like this little nubby thing, put it up so you get some force. So you need strong hands. And there you go, it snaps. So now it's on. Do not back it off. If you back it off, you have to re-snap it. Next up, stick the copper stub-out or PEX, whatever you want, into the hole. It's going to be a little bit tight with the snub there. So you want to loosen up just a little bit and just come through. And now we're going to start tightening things up, and it really gets tight. So I'm going to snug it up probably 75%, because I don't know which way I'm going with this pipe yet, and then I'm just going to pull it in as much as possible. So that is done. I will finish this HoldRite bracket up, and then work on the other bracket to show you when if hopefully it's an easier install and I have more room to like adjust. So let's do that. Before we continue on to the other bracket, this is it's actually protecting the side. I might have to put nail plates on this side, but you can see it's about right here. It's a little bit off-centered with the existing, with the 2x4. I'll show you a 2x6, how it looks real fast. In a 2x6 wall, it's definitely more on the closer side to the bathroom than this side of the kitchen. On a 2x6 wall, I probably don't need any nail plates. All right, let's go back to the other bathroom. This next bracket, let's see if we got any wiggle room. We definitely have more room to work, so I'm gonna go with the middle of this hole instead of being right on top like so. So we'll have a little bit of a wider mouth on this side of the vanity. So I'm going to just do the same thing. Mark my brackets. And then we'll route them out. Same thing on the other side. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit wider. I will attach the actual pieces. One snap, two snaps. That is a pain, man. It's such a, I do not like that. I am not a huge fan. That one was the easiest one. I try to like bend it one way and then bend it another way. All right, that's basically done. Let's tighten these up. And that's basically how you install these HoldRite PEX brackets for your hot and cold at your sinks. Let's get into how I do the toilet. These are the toilet brackets. They're a little different. They're smaller and they just go off a stud like this. So I usually go 7 inches out. Well, it's going to be 7 inches out from the middle of the toilet and then 9 inches up. So I'm going to mark that. On this bathroom, I don't really have to do anything. I just have to put this bracket on like so, which is really nice. I'll show you on the other bathrooms what I had to do. On the other bathroom, I had to put a piece of 2x4 and extend it out a little bit to get the bracket where I want it to go. But that shows how awesome the bracket is, because this thing is solid. It's not going anywhere. So let's get back into the other install. So with this side, I'm just going to make it flush like so. Make sure it's even or level. Bring it back a little bit to accommodate for the purple. These are pretty easy when they're on a 2x4 or 6. Very nice. Put the 2 studs. I will put in, it's the same situation with these toilet flanges. 1 snap. 2 snap. And stick the stub out in and then just give it a little crank down. And that's it. Let's recap this video. So this was a nice little quick, sweet video on how to install these HoldRite PEX brackets with their HoldRite crimp system that goes in like so. Again, the only negative is they are a little thick, but they are beefy, which I do like. So you do need another step to router out the bracket. If you want to be nice and nifty and clean, I'm sure I'm going to get made fun of with the, there's no plumber that's going to do that. But I don't want to give plumbers issues, but I'm sure when my plumber buddy comes, he's going to laugh at this. But that's how I do it. Remember, I always say, I do it one way. If someone does it another way, that's fine. Totally respect it. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, please like it. If you like all my home improvement videos on how I work on stuff, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.